Hey guys, William here from Junie and Williams Adventures, and we greet you from here in the USA. Still over here for the time being. I'll be returning within a next month or so. But I had a subject I wanted to talk about that a lot of Junie and my subscribers have been asking us a question, and we're anxious and kind of wanting to see our subscribers' input on this subject. Should you give your Filipina girlfriend or wife an allowance? That's what we're going to talk about briefly, guys, because it's a question that those are in new LDRs, those that are just going to the Philippines, want to know. A lot of those that are, let's call them veterans that have been in the Philippines for a while, we hope you'll chime in and give us your comments. What do you do? Is there a right answer? Is there a wrong answer? We're talking about, should you give your Filipina girlfriend or wife an allowance? That's the question, guys. Remember, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do that, and comment. We appreciate that, guys, here at Junie and Williams Adventures. I bring you greetings from Junie and from our channel. We appreciate all our members. But let's just get right into it. Everybody has different opinions on this subject. Some people have very strong opinions that they believe that you shouldn't give the Filipina girlfriend anything. Well, I say that if you're in an LDR, you need to be very careful about sending money to people that you don't know, or someone that you don't know, you've never met in person. That's our belief at this channel, that you don't send money to someone that you never met in person. But I'm talking about beyond that, guys. Once you guys have met, maybe you were in an LDR, you met your Filipina once, twice, maybe more. Maybe you're living together now in the Philippines. If she's in the US, she's probably going to be working, making US money. As you know, the US dollar is very high right now, close to 58 Philippine pesos to one US dollar right now. So it's very good rate, guys, of exchange. But should you give your Filipina an allowance? What do you do? Most of the times, if that Filipina is working, that you have met and that you're in a relationship with, whether it's your wife or whether it is your girlfriend, she's not making nearly as much as what your retirement or your income is if you're still working. She may be working 10 hours a day, maybe 12 hours a day, maybe 6 days a week. So if you're just meeting her for the first few months, you're not going to get to spend a lot of time around her if she's working 6 days a week, 10, 12 hours a day. And that's the way it usually is in the Philippines, guys. So should you give her an allowance? Are you going to take your Filipina off her job and offer her an allowance? Especially if you're in a committed relationship, if you've been together for a while. What's your opinion, guys? Should you do it? Is it a bad idea? Junie gets an allowance from me, which I give her monthly. She also does her YouTube channel, and she has income from doing cooking and doing some other things, small income. But even if she was working, she has a daughter in school that's almost 6 years old now. So when I met her, we both decided it would be better if I gave her an allowance. And if she wanted to go back to school online or do whatever she wanted to do, she would be able to have a certain allowance, and that's what she would have. We figured out a number that would work for her and would work for me, and that's what I give her. Now, some people will say, William, you should have let her keep working, or you should have let her do this. And everybody has an opinion about that, guys. But I want to know, what do you guys think? You guys that are living in the Philippines, you guys that are in an LDR, if you're in an LDR, are you giving your girlfriend that you're committed to an allowance? Or maybe some of you are working still, you're not retirement age, you're working 6 months out of the year and you're coming to the Philippines the other 6 months. A lot of guys are doing it a lot of different ways, guys. Remember, a comment is what we're looking for, guys. We want to know your opinion, because those of you that have opinions about this subject, you're helping the other guys that are trying to decide what they should do. A lot of guys are saying, well, William, I want to spend time with my new Filipina. I don't want her working 6 days a week, 10 hours a day, because I'm only over here for a month. I won't get to see her. She's working all the time. Maybe that you've married her and now you don't want her to work anymore. Your income is enough where you can give her 10,000, 15,000 a month, whatever you decide it is that you guys agree on. After all, you worked hard and you're in the fourth quarter of your life if you're over 62 and you want to spend time with the beautiful woman that you've been talking to online. You want to spend time with her. You don't want to be sitting alone in your house in the Philippines and she's working all the time. So what do you do, guys? Is it right to give an allowance? Or is it better if she keeps working, creates her own business, and you both have mutual things in common that you do? Some people start YouTube channels, and that has its own set of upsets to it, guys. For some that works and for some that don't. A lot of guys I've noticed that were vloggers or are still vloggers, they've got their wife or significant other involved in YouTube channels now and taught them how to do that on their own so that they can get residual income coming in. So guys, whether it's in the beginning of the relationship, whether you're still in an LDR, should you give an allowance to your Filipina? That's the question. And I don't think there is no one answer fits all. I think that everybody's situation is unique, and I'm sure that all our comments will be unique. So once again, this is William here at Junie Lion Williams Adventures from the USA still right now, asking the question, should you give your Filipina allowance? A lot of guys frown on giving money out at all. But remember now, when we were in relationships in the USA, most of the time, that woman had a chance to work, possibly. If she was a stay-at-home mother, maybe she worked online. There's not as many opportunities in the Philippines and the money is way less. So your Filipina may be working 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, and bringing home $400 a month. Is that worth it? Is it just easier for you to give her $10,000 or $15,000 allowance a month and say, this is, if you're going to give money to your family, you're going to do these things, you do it out of this amount, and that's it? Is that easier than her continuing to have to ask you for money, guys? Remember, one way or the other, you're going to spend money on that Filipina because you have more money. So is she going to continue to keep asking you for money? Is she going to work and ask you for money? Or are you going to give her allowance? Because remember, a lot of people say, well, I don't want to have to support the family. Well, that depends on the family you're in. Fortunately for me, Junie Lion's family is self-supportive. So when they go on a vacation, normally they pay for it themselves. Very few times that I pay for anything, except for a meal out and things like that. So it depends on what family that you get involved with. But this is what I'm asking you today, gentlemen. Should you give allowance or should you not? Our subscribers want to know, especially those contemplating that very question. So this is William from Junie Lion Williams Adventures. Let us know what you think. Should you give your Filipina allowance? Tell us if you're doing so, tell us why. If the answer that you're giving is no, tell us why you shouldn't. And we'll be looking to hear from you, our subscribers, because our subscribers are very smart, they're very intelligent, and we can learn from each other. Once again, we'll see you next time with something else. Should you give it or should you not? We'll see you next time at Junie Lion Williams Adventures. Till then, remember, enjoy every day because tomorrow is certainly not promised.